Have you ever felt like God has forgotten about you? Like your prayers are hitting a brick wall? Well, I've got news for you. God's always working, even when we can't see it. Picture this. You're in a waiting room. The clock ticks by. Minutes feel like hours, and you're wondering if you've been forgotten. Life can feel like that sometimes, can't it? We pray, we hope, we wait. But nothing seems to change. But here's the thing. God isn't bound by our timelines or our limited perspective. Remember Joseph in the Bible? He was sold into slavery by his own brothers, falsely accused and thrown into prison. For years, it must have seemed like God had abandoned him. But all along, God was working behind the scenes, preparing Joseph to save an entire nation from famine. Or think about Moses. He spent 40 years in the wilderness, probably feeling like his life had no purpose. But God was shaping him, preparing him for the monumental task of leading the Israelites out of Egypt. God's work is often like the growth of a mighty oak tree. You plant a tiny acorn, and for a long time nothing seems to happen. But beneath the surface, roots are growing, strengthening, preparing for the day when a seedling will break through the soil. So, what does this mean for you and me? It means that in our darkest moments, when we feel most alone, God is there. He's working. He's moving. He's orchestrating things we can't even imagine. Maybe you're facing a health crisis, and the prognosis looks bleak. God's working. Perhaps you've lost your job, and you're not sure how you'll make ends meet. God's working. You might be dealing with a broken relationship that seems beyond repair. God's working. In Romans 8:28, we're reminded that God works all things together for the good of those who love Him. All things, the good, the bad, and the ugly. He doesn't waste a single experience or struggle in our lives. So, the next time you feel like God's forgotten you, remember this. He hasn't. He's always working. Your situation might not change overnight, but you can trust that God is active, present, and deeply involved in every detail of your life. Keep praying. Keep hoping. Keep trusting. Because even when you can't see it, even when you can't feel it, God is at work, and His plans for you are greater than you could ever imagine. So hold on, dear friend. The God who moves mountains is moving in your life right now. And He's not finished yet.